Meredith and welcome to Collectionmas 2024, where I do one of my luxury collections every day for 24 days through the month of December. If that sounds like something that interests you, please remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Hitting that subscribe button costs you absolutely nothing and means so much to me, so I hope you'll help me out. Today we're going to do my Louis Vuitton Capucines collection. It's most definitely a collection that has grown through 2024 and I foresee it growing further in 2025. So let's take stock of all my Capucines for now, so when we revisit this video next year, we know the difference. Alright, first of all, we need to open my Louis Vuitton advent calendar for today. It's day 10. So we're into double digits. And where is 10? Oh, there it is. Got it. Got it. Alright, let's open it up. And yes, we're sticking with the same colour theme. And put that over there. It's only a little one. Let's see how, you're going to be hard to work with. That's okay. We'll make it work. And there is today's Christmas decoration. Very pretty. Alright, I thought about it before. I've really got to put some over here because I keep doing this side of the tree and that side of the tree will look a bit bare. So I teach my kids, you've got to do the back of the tree as well. You've got to do the whole tree, not just one side of it. Alright, let's look at my Capucines collection. So I'll start from biggest down to smallest, I think. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to do them in any order. It's fine, but I will start with the biggest. So I do not have a Capucines GM. Do I want one? Probably at some point, yes. I haven't been able to see one in person yet. So until I can see it in person, I'm not committing to it. But I do have an MM. So this is my Capucines MM. It is in black box calf leather, which I love. I love a heritage leather. And it has this plexiglass tortoiseshell handle on it. I blame Ramina Rose for this. So she has a YouTube channel here and I will link it down below. She got this bag. I watched her video and I hunted my sales associate down and said, I want this bag. And he's like, this one, and sends a picture of him holding this bag. It was the only one they had in store. And he managed to secure it for me because after I said I wanted it, he said about 3 other people said they wanted it. So I imagine they all watched Ramina's video as well. But he managed to secure it for me and I love this bag. Yes, it is big. Yes, it is heavy, most certainly, but it is beautiful and I love box calf. So yes, while I don't have a GM, the MM is pretty big, so I really want to see the the GM in person before I commit to it because I know how big and heavy this is. So let's see how big and heavy the GM is. So yes, it's just gorgeous, but this handle is everything. It's so pretty. And I don't think, oh yeah, it has a strap. So it does have a strap, so you can crossbody it. Would I? No, I don't think I would. This is very much a handheld for me, and because this handle is so big, it's easy to get it on your arm and off your arm. I think wearing it crossbody would be really, really bulky. If you wanna, go nuts, but yeah, not so much for me. But it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous bag, and thank you to Ramina for featuring it on her channel because yeah, you inspired me to buy this one. So that's the first one. Okay, the next one is the very first Capucines I ever bought. This one. So I call this one my sunset bag. I feel like it was 5-6 years ago now. Louis Vuitton were renovating. They had moved out of the Maison store in Sydney down like 3 or 4 doors down, and that's where I bought it. So I really need to ask my sales associate Peter, who is always linked in my description box down below, what years they were down there. But I feel like it's got to be 5 or 6 years ago now because they have since moved back into the Maison and remodeled that. So it's been a while, but this is my sunset bag. I saw this on a shelf and I loved it. At the time, I had never spent so much money on a bag. No, I had never spent so much money on a bag. I'd never even considered a Capucines because they were so expensive and I died buying it because I was like, what am I doing? But I just loved this sunset pattern on it. And to be perfectly fair, at the time, this was like $6,000, and you cannot get a Capucines for $6,000. Not even the mini. You can't even get the mini Capucines for $6,000 anymore. So yes, if you buy it at the time, then you don't regret it later. But it's so pretty, and I take this out even now, so it's continued to be worn and loved. It is the BB size, so we've had the MM and then we go to a BB size, and yeah, it's just gorgeous. I know it has orange in it, and I don't do orange, but this sunset finish and pink is the main color in for me. Just, yeah, makes me happy. So happy to have that one, and I'm happy that I paid what I did for it. I also have in the BB size this one. So this was, I can never remember the name of this collection, but they did this in this purple with the pink through it. They did pink with yellow through it. And they did green with yellow through it. So there were 3 different colorways in this kind of finish. And this purple is just so pretty. It's got pink undertones, which makes it almost iridescent. And it's just gorgeous. It's got the mother of pearl LV in it. And yes, I did consider the green. The green with the yellow undertones came in a mini, and I was debating this or that one, but I'm glad I went with the purple because I use it. I have actually used it several times. So I love this. It's a great size. I wish I could remember the collection it came from. Somebody in the comments, please tell me which collection it was, because you guys will know. It wasn't By the Pool. It was something else. I don't think it was By the Pool. Was it the original By the Pool? Let me know, because somebody's going to know the answer to the question. But yes, I love this bag. It's a great color, and I love the iridescent nature of it. And then we have, oh, just be careful of those handles, Meredith. Yeah, you're fine. All right, we have this one. So this was, I don't remember if this was actually part of a collection or if it just came in as a random exceptional piece, but it's so pretty. It's got these snowflake designs on it, and it's all beadwork, crystal beadwork on this ombre blue with black leather detail, and the metal is all like this banged metal to make it look like crystals. It's so pretty. Like, you got to be so careful with this one, because the beadwork is this spread out pattern. You can take a bead off quite easily, whereas some of the other beaded bags, if they're all tightly packed, it's harder to get them off. But this one, if it gets caught, you're gonna lose a bead. So you can see the ombre better on the back. That's the blue ombre, also in the BB size, but this crystal pattern on it is just gorgeous. I love it. And you can see the LV there, looks all crystally as well. But yes, it's just such a pretty bag. Like I said, I don't remember if this was actually part of a collection. It's at least 3-4 years old now, so it's been around for, it was a while ago that I got it. But I just remember getting a picture of this. I feel like my sales associate sent me a picture, or he sent me a picture of it in store, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. So yeah, happy to have this one because it's just the prettiest bag. Let's put it up there. All right, we'll circle back to the BB in a minute, but we'll go through my minis now. So this one is part of the Fornasetti. I think I'm saying that right first time. Fornasetti collection, when that came out. So whereas all the other bags in that collection were very architectural or Roman head inspired, for some reason this was the design that they did for the mini Capucines, and I loved the beadwork on this. I loved that it was in silver, so it is a silver leather, and then all the beadwork was just gorgeous. Like, it's green and pink. Like, let's face it, it is Christmassy, and I could absolutely carry this as a Christmas bag to an event, but it was just, well, it is just so gorgeous. This beadwork is much more tightly packed. I have one that's even tighter than this, so you don't have to be as careful as with this one up here. But I will say this one is more likely to get caught on your clothing. So when you carry a beaded bag, you need to look at the kind of beads and how they're set and if all the crystals and how they're set, and then think about what you're wearing, because if it's got threads that are likely to pull and you get caught, you're going to ruin either your clothes or your bag, possibly both. So yeah, I'm always very cautious with this one and clothing that I'm wearing on the day that I carry it. So very pretty, but just you've got to have a little bit of thought around what you want to wear with this one. This is my next one. So I saw this in Bond Street in London when I was there visiting 2023 last year, and I was in Louis Vuitton with my fabulous friends, and Amelia Rose had wandered off and she's like, come look at this. So we went for a wander and I was like, oh, look at that. And I didn't buy it then and there, because from London I went to Paris and I was like, I'll find it in Paris and buy it there. And then Paris didn't, like, no one in Paris had any, so I couldn't get it there. I ended up getting it when I came back to Sydney. It's a shame I couldn't get it in Paris. It would have been much cheaper there, but there were none. So yes, I got this from Sydney, but I had originally seen it in London and yeah, tried to get it in Paris. So this is just dark blue velvet, navy blue velvet. It is so pretty. And then it's got the crown detail across the top. It's my only one that has this crown detail. And then it's got crystals on the crown detail and on the LV. It is just gorgeous. I love this bag. It's so pretty. It's so, like, reminds me of fabulous evening parties in the 80s when the women would wear these velvet dresses, and you know, clearly I'm old and I remember those things, but that's what it gives me vibes of, and I love that about it. So it's such a pretty bag. And the next one is this one. So this is Pink Mink. It's fabulous. It's soft, it is mink, and it is very much this beautiful light pink color. They are currently doing a similar one to this, but it's got like pink feathers, ostrich feathers all over it, and people keep sending it to me, and it is beautiful. I love it. But oh my goodness, do you have to be delicate with like ostrich feathers. I have seen ostrich feathers that have sat at Fendi on a Fendi first, I want to say, and they get trashed. So you've got to be really very careful with feathers, which is why I haven't I haven't put my hand up going, yeah, I definitely need that bag. But I keep looking at going, you are beautiful, but you are going to get so just worn out. This mink lasts a whole heap better, and it's essentially the same color, so it's just so pretty. And yes, I know it's an exotic. If you don't like exotics, then this is probably not the video for you, and I've got a whole exotics video coming, but so soft, and I just love it. Mink is really soft. It's not as soft as fox, but it is definitely soft. And yeah, that is my Pink Mink. And next we have, I think, is this the last one I unboxed? I feel like this was my last Capucines unboxing. So this is Ostrich. So it's in this matte finish, and someone asked me the other day what's a matte finish and what's not a matte finish. This one is very much a matte finish. So if I wouldn't get this kind of really matte finish in a petite mal, because I carry my petite mals with my hands. Some people wear them crossbody and it's not a big deal, but if you're going to carry it as a clutch, constantly touching this will make it shiny over time. So you're going to end up with a shiny spot or a couple of shiny spots on the mat. I wanted this in a Capucines for that reason. You can get Ostrich, which is not as flat matte. Like, this is very much a flat matte. So less matte finishes, and Dale's Petite Mal, her purple one, is not as flat as this, so she's not going to have that problem, but there are slight variations to the Ostrich and the finishes that they do, so just keep that in mind if you're looking at a Petite Mal. If it's a super flat matte Ostrich and you're going to carry it holding it in your hands a lot, you will get over time these kind of high shine spots on the mat, because it oils in your hands. You can't do anything about it unless you're going to carry it with a glove all the time and be that person. It's just not going to work. But this is very much a flat matte Ostrich. But this purple to pink ombre is so pretty. And yeah, I couldn't help myself when I saw it. It's very reminiscent of my Petite Mal, my purple to pink Petite Mal, but because it's ostrich and really matte, and the other one is croc and very high shine, they really do give two different effects. So yes, I got that one. That's the last one I unboxed, I'm pretty sure. All right, next one. This one inspired a lot of people. So this is my oil slick Capucines in the mini size. So petrol finish, oil slick, whatever you want to call it. It's in a lizard. Deb from Wild Unfiltered has the exact same bag. She loved mine so much, and I think it inspired a few people. But it is just such a gorgeous finish. Like, it throws every single color under the sun, and it really is this oil slick finish to it. It's amazing, and I love lizard. Lizard is super hard wearing, and it always comes up. Lizard does amazing metallics. Every time you see a great metallic in a exotic, most of the time it's going to be a lizard. Sometimes they can make Kerrung look like that, and I have a Kerrung piece that is almost ostrich in its finish because it is like that metallic finish, but lizard does metallics like nothing else, and this is just fabulous. So I love this one. Had it for a while now, but yeah, I really love the oil slick finish, and I'm glad that so many other people got it because it is really a beautiful bag and so versatile, because essentially it's like a interesting, well, it is an interesting neutral. I'll keep using the term interesting neutral, because it's black but it throws all these different colors. So love this one. You can go up there. And in the same vein, I got this one this year when I went to the exotic and trunk event in Melbourne with Louis Vuitton. And this is like a white iridescent-y kind of finish. So it throws yellow and pink, but it's so pretty with a white undertone. It's angelic in nature, and it's just gorgeous. So also lizard. And yeah, the shine and the finishes that they get on lizard, just top notch. Cannot talk about lizard highly enough for that kind of finish. But yes, I loved this white with these pink and yellow undertones. I just thought it was gorgeous and so angelic in it. Like, that's the vibe I get from it. And then we have my croc. So this is my bright pink croc mini. It is in the pinkest of pink. If you watched my favorite pink bags video, then this was in that. This was my first really big purchase at Louis Vuitton, and it was a lot of money. I have since spent more money on other things, but yeah, it was a big deal for me to get this. But when it came up, I was like, look at that pink, it's amazing. And it was in store, so I got it straight away, so I wasn't waiting on it or pre-ordering it or anything. It just happened to be there. So it's such a gorgeous finish. It's high shine croc, so no mistaking the shine on that. You do need to be careful with croc. Ironically, croc is the exotic that you probably need to be most careful with, other than the furs. Obviously you don't want to get caught in the rain with the furs, but croc, considering they, like, I'm Australian, like, crocs are farmed here, we eat them, like, their meat's sold in the supermarket, so we certainly don't look at croc skin as, like, we don't revere it in any way. It's kind of like, well, we're farming them, why not use the skin? But when you look at crocodiles in the wild and even in captivity, like, they're in muddy water and they eat rocks, and like they're forever fighting and stuff. So you would think that their skin would be really hard wearing. Not so much. Once you get it off the animal and you treat it and you color it and you shine it up, apparently it becomes very delicate, so you can't get it wet. You've got to be really careful with the coloring on it. If you get it wet, then you might take some of the coloring out of it. So yeah, croc is incredibly expensive, and probably the least hard wearing of all of them, which I just find so ironic. So that's that one. And then, hello my friend, this is my Capucines. I love this bag so much. I'm pretty sure this is a high contender for me to take to the Louis Vuitton Christmas party. I'll either take this or something way out of left field, like my duck. I haven't decided yet, but I love my Capucines. This bag I had seen on social media, and I was at my poor sales associate, Peter, I want the bag, I want the bag, I want the bag. It's not here, I can't get it, it's not in our region. I'm sure there are days he sees my number come up on his phone, he's like, oh God, Meredith. Yeah, so not the easiest of clients to deal with, I'm sure, but they didn't have any. It wasn't released here. I couldn't get it, and then suddenly it became orderable because they had them sitting in Dubai, and I knew they were sitting in Dubai not selling, but there were only a handful of these made, like less than 10 worldwide, and they were trying to sell them in Dubai and more warm places than Australia. And yeah, we just couldn't get it, and then suddenly it became orderable and we jumped on it and it arrived. But I love this bag so much. It's got the Pac-Man little ghost bottom to it. It's my only one that has that bottom. I didn't know if I liked the ghost bottom when it first came out, but I love it on this bag, and I love that this bag is called Capucines because I think it's just perfect for it. But look at the beadwork on it. It's all these beautiful greens and silvers with the mother of pearl LV on the front in this stunning seafoam green color. It's just beautiful. I am so happy I managed to get this. I am so happy I didn't give up on it, and I kept, I wouldn't say badgering Peter. I just, gentle reminders every now and again. Any word on the Capucines? I don't badger, but I'm sure he finds me annoying. And I kept going, and they kept checking because I kept saying, oh, can you just check? Can you just check? And lo and behold, we got it. So I love this bag. It's one of my most stunning finishes in terms of beadwork, and because it's so tightly packed, it's not going to pull. I'm not going to less likely to lose beads, and it doesn't get snagged on anything. So that's also a upside to this one. So let's put you up there. And then my last Capucines. Hello, my beautiful friend. This is my Capucines BB. It is a special order. So I went to an event. They had swatches of many different things, and I could choose whatever I wanted and have it made into a Capucines, and that's what I did. So I found this swatch and I loved it. This purple and green is just amazing, and I adore it. It's in a satin finish, which you don't see very often, which I love. It has silver hardware because that's what I wanted, and it was custom made for me. I have never seen another one of these. I don't know if I will ever see another one of these. Someone else would have to go through all the swatches and decide on this exact bag in this exact size with this exact hardware for there to be another one. So it's not like it won't ever happen. But having said that, finishes at Louis Vuitton don't hang around forever either. So I imagine that this swatch is well and truly gone now, and they won't ever do this finish again. So I would love to think it's the only one, but I certainly can't say with absolute certainty that it is, but I would be very surprised to see another one. But I just love this bag. This bag is everything to me. It cost an absolute fortune. It is one of my most expensive bags, and will absolutely feature in that video as well when I do all my most expensive bags. But it's me in a bag. I adore this bag. I am lucky enough to have several bags where I'll say it's me in a bag, and this is also one of those in the BB size. So I could have got it in a mini, but I'm really glad I got it in the BB because it's a real statement, and I think you probably would have lost something with the scale pattern in the croc if it would have been a mini. But yes, love it. Now, when I say croc, I will often refer to alligator as croc as well because I can't tell the difference. No. I really need to do a lesson in what the difference is. So if you ever see me hold something up and go, oh, this is croc, and you're like, no, it's not, it's alligator, feel free to tell me in the comments down below because I have no idea. I'm not really sure of the difference. I know there's something with the scale patterns and possibly something with dots on the scale pattern, but I'm not 100%. I've really got to work on that. Maybe that can be a New Year's resolution for me, to learn more about your bags, Meredith. So yes, that's my special order. So they're all my Capucines. How many do I have? 13. I have 13 Capucines. Does it bother me that it's an uneven number? Yeah. And I didn't realize it until I got them all out this morning. There's 13. It's like I have 11 Chanel Woks. That also bothers me. I don't like an uneven number. I might be a little OCD. Just just a smidge. So do I see more Capucines in my future? Yes. Absolutely, I do, and I know that there are at least 2 coming that I really, really do want. So definitely a GM, if I can see one in person, would be on my radar, because I would love a GM. I worry about how heavy it's going to be, and I really want to just pick one up and hold it, and I haven't had the opportunity to do that at this point. So maybe if a GM comes into store and I have an opportunity to see one, then I might buy one at that point. But in terms of special pieces, I know... I'm going to use the M word. The Murakami collection has some very, very special pieces coming. I won't say which drop it's in, but there are a couple of Capucines coming from that one of those drops that I am very, very interested in. Now, not all pieces go to all regions. When they do a buy for a region, they don't buy all the pieces, which is so annoying as a customer. And at the moment, my biggest concern is that the pieces that I desperately want from one of the drops won't come to Australia. So I know that Peter, in my sales associate, is in the background trying to make noise now so that that might not be a problem. But we'll see, because the Murakami drop has just been ridiculous. The first drop, the multicolored drop, has sold out in Australia on pre-order. Like, it's insane. I'll talk more about that when we get to my Murakami collection video, which I am absolutely going to do. It'll be closer towards Christmas because I know how much everybody wants to see it, so I will leave it towards the end. And I will do a wrap up of where we are with Murakami in that video as well. So if you want to know more about that, make sure you subscribe down below and you've got your little bell notification on, because I'll talk a lot about it then. But yes, I do see more Capucines coming. Capucines and Petite Mals, I feel like, are where I'm at in my Louis Vuitton journey at this point. Yeah, I'm kind of done with the canvas pieces. Having said, you know, I say things like this and then I eat my words later on, but Bichette Matisses and Capucines and that kind of stuff, I don't see myself collecting a whole heap more of those. I've moved kind of into special pieces, which generally means I buy less because those pieces are more expensive, but that's okay. But stay tuned in 2025. No doubt there will be Capucines unboxings coming. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I upload videos, which at the moment is every single day. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle for you, so you can follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life, so please come follow me over there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.